What's good, everyone? This your main correspondent, Alan Taylor, and I'm back in the broadcast room yet again, always with another one. And yes, indeed, it is another one. So this is where we're at now. Apparently, just recently here in New Orleans, it was a serious attack, things like that. We had some dingbat, that lost his mind, decided to plow through a whole crowd on Bourbon Street. Now, this is ridiculous here. So we're going to go here now, and we're going to dive off into this. Quarters, nickels, and dimes, people.
Go ahead and bring in Anna Schechter here in Studio 57. She's the senior coordinating producer for our CBS News Crime and Public Safety Unit. As we just heard there from Omar talking about another location, there is just information coming in fast and furious. So let's separate out some of these ideas. First off, what can you tell us about what we know about the attacker?
Well, we've learned quite a bit. In fact, there's a lengthy YouTube video of him from 2020 where he's describing his work as a real estate agent. He talks about spending 10 years in the military, working in IT. Officials confirmed he was in the Army. He grew up, he was born in Beaumont, Texas, and grew up there. He was a resident of Houston, Texas. I mean, in that video, you see him wearing a button-down shirt with a jacket, looking like a professional person, describing his career in a very articulate, coherent manner. And it's just hard to reconcile the individual that carried out the attack with that man. Such different profiles, you would think.
Do we have any information on what may have been going on in his life at the time? Anything from an interpersonal relationship or finances?
Absolutely. So he was married twice. In his second divorce, he filed for divorce in 2020. It took a couple of years to resolve. And during those proceedings, he talks about not being able to pay for the home. His former wife filed a restraining order against him to protect her and their child or children, and that was actually granted. So clearly his life was starting to unravel after that video that we see from him in 2020. In recent years, things started to go downhill. He had financial troubles. He also had sort of small run-ins with the law, driving without a driver's license, theft on his record. So he does have a record. It's not major crimes. It's not violent crimes, but he does have a record. And we're now piecing all of this together. We're trying to build a profile. The New York Times is reporting that he was a recent convert to Islam. So we're working on that.
And we know that there was an ISIS flag on the trailer hitch of the rented truck, rented through Turo, rented in Texas.
That's right.
Driven to Louisiana.
Damn, an ISIS flag too? Okay. Ain't no telling what this dude was into. Obviously, his mental state had went completely left. Jesus, wow.
Louisiana. We know that there was at least one improvised explosive device in the vehicle, more placed around the French Quarter. So what do we know about the fact that authorities definitively said at the press conference today they don't believe he acted solely, that he was not solely responsible?
Well, our sources tell us there is a video. There is video capturing multiple other people, 4 other people who potentially helped them that investigators believe were accomplices. And our sources described to us that they were dragging the improvised explosive devices to place them. So we don't know exactly where that is, but we know that there were several placed in the French Quarter. There also were devices or parts of devices, precursors, as our sources call them, inside an Airbnb in the Laroque neighborhood of New Orleans, where we saw there was, quite a bit of activity. In fact, our producer down there, she said that she heard an explosion at the house. So much going on. Now we're also looking at a Las Vegas explosion. We're trying to figure out if there was any connection.
So real quick before we let you go, the multiple locations that we know are being investigated in connection with this include the Airbnb location in the Laroque neighborhood in New Orleans and the attacker's home in Houston, correct?
Correct. And then, of course, Bourbon Street, where he carried out the attack. In and around there were other explosive devices found in that neighborhood.
Okay.
Wow. Jesus. What is going on? Man, all right. This dude is wide open out here. This dude was wide open. So, okay, they're saying that apparently he had some help. So, yeah, this is a real attack. Let's go here now.
New information pouring in about that deadly terror attack in New Orleans. At least 15 people are dead after a man drove around safety barriers, plowing into a crowd celebrating the new year. Thanks again for joining us here on ABC 7, Hulu, and wherever you stream. I'm Giovanna Lara, in for Ellen Leyva.
I'm David Ona, and we're learning the FBI believes the man behind the wheel of that pickup truck was not acting alone.
We're also uncovering more about that suspect, a U.S. Army veteran born in Texas. This as families start to come forward to identify the innocent victims. Eyewitness News reporter Nico Kazori is here with all of the breaking details coming into our newsroom. Nico.
Yeah, Giovanna and David, investigators have identified Shamsu Din Jabbar as the suspect who rammed a rental pickup into a crowd on Bourbon Street. They're now working to determine whether Jabbar had any affiliation with terrorist organizations. This video shows the moment 42-year-old suspect Shamsu Din Jabbar, an Army veteran from Texas, intentionally ramming this white pickup into a crowd of people celebrating the new year on Bourbon Street. The famed Bourbon Street, now the center of an investigation the FBI is calling a terror attack. Jabbar was not believed to have acted alone in this New Year's Eve attack. Investigators learning of possible accomplices placing improvised explosive devices around the French Quarter.
We're working to ensure that there is no further threat. We do not believe that Jabbar was solely responsible. We are aggressively running down every lead, including those of his known associates.
Yeah, see, this is what happens when we leave these borders open and we don't know who the hell been coming in these borders for the past 4 years. Now, y'all can sit there and talk out the side of your neck all day, but I'm telling you right now, we had these borders open for 4 years strong. It's no telling who been coming in here and what connection they have overseas, things like that. You know, we in dire straits over here in America.
15 people are confirmed dead and multiple injured. Among the deceased, 37-year-old father of two from Baton Rouge, Reggie Hunter. Police say Jabbar rammed a rented pickup truck into a crowd of people just after 3 a.m., got out, fired at police before being shot and killed. Officials say 2 officers were caught in the gunfire and are in stable condition at the hospital. Eyewitnesses describing a chaotic and graphic scene.
You hear the screech of tires. And when I turn my head around, there's like a Yukon or Escalade or something just barreling down the street, bro. I kid you not. Like real life horror movie, everything in the car is hitting, it's getting thrown. It's getting thrown up into the air and away and just or under the car.
It was pandemonium. I mean, it was obviously emergency vehicles everywhere. Police were everywhere. Bodies, folks were just running through the streets. Obviously, they were panicking as well. It was an active shooter situation as far as we were concerned. So we didn't know what to expect.
Investigators say they found an ISIS flag, weapons, and improvised explosive devices inside the truck. They also discovered more IEDs planted in the French Quarter, confirming 2 have been found and rendered safe. The focus now is to enhance security and investigate every lead of Jabbar's known associates and digging into the suspect's past. The road now closed, leading to the suspect's recent address in Houston.
Let it be clear that the full faith and credit of the United States and every agency therein is on the ground working. And for those who may have played a role in this horrific act of cowardice, we will find you.
And the FBI is asking for anyone who has had contact with Jabbar over the past 72 hours to contact them. The Sugar Bowl was also set for tonight and has been postponed until tomorrow. Police say despite this morning's deadly attack, the city is safe and well protected, and they're encouraging people to continue their scheduled evening activities while avoiding the area of Bourbon Street. Giovanna and David.
Nico, thank you. Hello, I'm Mark.
Man, this is wild. This is wild. Jesus, man, this is sad. So this idiot, from what they're saying now, he also had help. So it's a bunch of bats running around just trying to delete people. Okay. This is where we at, America. This is where we at. You know, all my prayers go out to all the people that were hurt and also deleted in this situation. This is very crazy. This is very sad. Oh my goodness, man. Man, wow. Yeah. This is sad, man. This is sad. Hopefully they catch the rest of these bats before they do anything else. You know, because I guarantee you they're probably going to do something else if they don't catch these people. Yeah. All right. It is what it is, though. Shout out to all my subscribers. Mad love to y'all. If you're new to the channel, please hit that like, share, subscribe button. Make sure you ring that bell to be notified whenever I decide to post things. And like I always say,
and that, my friends, is the bottom line.
That, my friends, is the bottom line.